Not sure about you, but when I think of high school students, I don't literally think of them as, "Hi, dude." But apparently, in the Cowichan Valley, which is located on Vancouver Island in BC, that may very well be the case. Why? Because they were recently given tools to use hard drugs, such as cocaine, following a presentation on drugs. Makes sense, higher education and all. Students receive kits containing information about safer snorting, including a picture of a straw hovering above a line of white powder. Included in the kit were tubes for snorting and cards for making lines to snort. And you thought they weren't learning anything in school anymore. It wasn't until BC-based documentary filmmaker Aaron Gunn brought attention to the issue in a tweet on May 20th did the Cowichan Valley School District issue an apology on May 21st. Their defense? Simple. A third-party presenter had left kits at the school, and the district does not consider them school or age appropriate, unlike the LGBTQ++ porn in the library. Now, call me old-fashioned, but I can remember when I was back in high school, way back in the days before the horse and buggy, we used to do this unconventional thing. We had guest speakers come, and they spoke to us about how drugs had destroyed their lives. They told horror story after horror story of what cocaine, heroin, meth had done, and they suggested, they actually implored us that no one in their right mind should ever try them. But alas, looks like we progressed a lot since then. Now we're handing out safer snorting kits to high school to students, some as young as 15. But then again, if they're old enough to make life-altering decisions like chopping off their breasts or their penises at 15, according to the government, why not snorting some coke? In case you didn't know it, drug use is running rampant across Canada, but especially in BC, where thanks to the experts, once again, it's now legal to possess small amounts of hard drugs. Nothing to worry about though, folks. It's only small amounts. And you're probably never going to get addicted. Kind of odd how the province's drug problems seem to increase in lockstep with more access to safer supply and increased harm reduction initiatives. I mean, it couldn't have anything to do with the fact that rather than the goal of these measures be to stop addiction altogether, these initiatives focus on giving addicts more drugs and providing them with safer methods of using them. While proponents would cite their motivation as preventing overdose and the use of fentanyl-laced products, reality is that they just enable drug use and flood the streets with more drugs. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not naive to think that we can completely eradicate drug addiction from society. But can we at least agree that just maybe the most humane thing to do is help as many addicts kick it as possible? Seems to me like a win for them and a win for society at large, no? The Cowichan Valley District said in its statement that it supports a harm reduction method of addressing the province's drug addiction problem, but, and I quote, "We aim to ensure that the teachings related to it are appropriate for our kids." Like drag queen story time hour for kindergartners, totally appropriate. The kits left by the third-party presenter were not appropriate, the district said. Oh, and for that, we apologize to our community. The district will review its policies on third-party presenters, it said. Works for me, folks. They're sorry. Just like when they shut down schools and mass kids in the name of science and progress. Now, while the Cowichan Valley incident may be an unusual case of such kits being distributed to high school students, it's a different case in BC universities. The hollowed halls of higher learning. There, it's commonplace. After all, you need something to do in your safe place when you've been triggered, right? Anyway, I thank you for watching. I do appreciate it. Please post any comments you have in the comment section. You can also follow me on my Rumble and my Locals account. If you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, please do so. It'll cost you nothing, and you'll be as high as a kite. And I'll see you next time.